Hello guys, welcome to the very first Mac Chat AMA. So the reason for this unusual situation is you may be wondering what's been going on in my channel for the past 6 weeks or so. Excuse me, for the past 6 weeks or so.
Assassin 32 VR.
Hey Assassin, how you doing, mate?
Said, hey look, it's Mac.
I'm
Harry's
here.
82 green. Said hello, 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 hello.
Hello guys.
What do we have
Hey
here
Silver
then?
Tongue, how you doing, my friend?
Thinking face. RJ. Said Don T panic.
Don't
RJ
panic.
is here.
Don't panic, RJ's
Silver
here.
tongue devil. Said Mac attack rolling on the floor laughing. Mark Alexander.
Hey Mark, how you
Said
doing,
you
my
doing
friend?
okay there?
Right, so
Weevil.
first thing is to everybody
hi,
that's
Mac.
in the chat, Assassin, Failed LSZ, Assassin,
_UK.
Parasite,
Said hey Mac man.
RJ, Silver Tongue, Mark Alexander, Weeble, Fitz. I appreciate all of you immensely. So the whole idea of this is I just want you to ask me questions. Hold on, let's get that cable out of the way. I just want you to ask me questions so I can honestly answer them about what's going on with the channel, because obviously I haven't posted much content over the past 6 weeks. There is a reason, and we will get to that eventually, but you have to ask me to find out. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. I do have a list. One of the main things is what's happening with the channel. So basically,
Indy VR.
hey Indy, how you
Said
doing,
I'm
mate?
here and listening.
I love you too, mate. About 6 weeks ago, I was offered a very lucrative contract by Pico to stream exclusively on their streaming network, which is very restricted at the moment because you can only watch it on the Pico headset. And I was very excited about this because obviously Silver Tongue Devil, Rob, and Shuey have already been taken up by Pico, and they've had their contracts for like quite a few weeks now, and they are getting paid by Pico to stream on the channel. So what happened to me was I was actually there on the same day that they got onboarded, but the person who was in charge of the live streaming contracts lost my details, which wasn't ideal. Sorry, I'm just going to move this light because it's getting on my nerves. Right, there you go. Yeah, so the person who was supposed to be onboarding me actually lost my contact details, and I didn't hear anything from them. So I was very stressed about this. I had a lot of anxiety about it. And then it turns out that so to give you the background, there was a streaming competition on the Pico streaming platform for me, and you could win a headset, which was great. So I was told that I'll be taking part in the June streaming contest. At the end of June, I will be onboarded into the Pico contract beginning of July, and then I'll be a paid streamer for Pico, which I've joined Rob and I've joined Shuey as one of their European streamers. There's another chap in Germany called Make. Sorry if I've mispronounced that, but yeah, he's a German language streamer, and yeah, he's one of the few to be taken on. What happened is the person who was
Mark Alexander
dealing with me
said, how long is contract running for, and can you still post non-live to other platforms?
Yeah, good question, Mark. I'll get back to that. I'll mark you down and I'll get back to that. The person who was supposed to be sorting out my contract actually was extremely difficult person to get hold of, and turns out that she actually left the company. So I was left hanging about whether I'd won the competition in June, which turns out I did. So I've actually won a Pico headset, which I will be giving away at a point in the future once I receive it. And when she left, she did not pass on to the people who were taking over that I was supposed to be contracted to become a Pico streamer. So it's like halfway through July now. I should have been taken on in the 1st of July. So I've been extremely stressed about this because this is not an insubstantial amount of money. We're not like talking about life-changing amounts of money, but we're talking about like somebody who's self-employed now and does YouTube exclusively. It was a good source of income, which is important. Shuey will be able to tell you, and Rob will be able to tell you how important that money is. It's not an insubstantial amount of money. So when this person left the company, she didn't pass on my details. So I have now been talking to the person who was taken over, and they had no idea, absolutely no idea that I was due to be taken on as a Pico streamer on the 1st of July. We are in contact at the moment. Pico, as an organization, is difficult to deal with because they are quite...
Evil Kingers said you are breaking up with us, aren't you?
Evil, I'm not breaking up with you, mate. I would never, ever leave you. I love you. You're one of my channel members. I do love you. So, going back to Mark Alexander's question, how long is the contract running for, and can you still post on live other platforms? Yes, I can. So, my focus for the past 6 weeks has been on securing this Pico
Assassin 32
contract.
VR said he loves me more. Harry'site 82 Green said I don't want to hear it's not you, it's me LOL.
It's none of you. It's me, honestly. It's me. It's not you, it's me. So I've lost my train of thought now, so I've started laughing. Hold on. I need some Mac juice. So I've got a bottle opener. I've got some little bottles of Aldi's finest French lager. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so basically, I can still stream on other platforms. So I'll still be doing my YouTube stuff. I'll still be streaming on YouTube on a Monday and a Thursday, like I am right now.
Said on store shelves everywhere by Christmas. Wolverizer said morning.
Hey Wolverizer, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, so as far as the YouTube channel and live streaming, things haven't changed. I will still be doing YouTube, and I will still be doing YouTube streams on a Monday and a Thursday. The thing that has changed is that I now stream on Pico during the day for 2 to 3 hours. And obviously that has impacted the amount of time that I can spend, on doing my YouTube stuff, which has always been a great passion of mine. I absolutely love doing my YouTube stuff. I love the community I've got, on Discord, all my members, everybody that has participated in anything that I've done. I love you all, people I've played with like Walking Dead and Fates and Weeble and Tassos, and everybody else that we've done live streams and stuff with. I'll still be doing that. I will still be doing that. The problem is that at the moment I'm trying to concentrate on nailing down this Pico contract, because, as I've explained, I now work for myself, and it is not an insubstantial amount of money. And I as anybody would understand, getting paid to play video games is probably your best dream in the whole world. But when somebody promises you something and then doesn't deliver, it can cause stress in your life. So that's what's happened to me. I've been...
Reeks of Chase 3.
Hey, Reeks, how you doing?
First Indie did a channel update and now Mac.
Yes.
LOL.
Yeah.
Wolverizer said nice good luck. Harry'site 82 Green said congrats dude, we support you and the rest of the gang no matter what you decide to do, make winking face.
So, Reeks of Cheese has just inferred there that obviously Indy his life has changed recently because he's been actually taken on by a VR company, and he's now started to do independent VR stuff. I don't think it's going to affect his channel as much as mine because he basically does live streaming. He doesn't do as much sort of scripted and edited content as I do. But that's the way the Indies channel is.
Lincoln Clay VR Said can you stream using other headsets? Quest, PSVR, etc.
That is a great question, Lincoln. Right, so there's two answers to that. I cannot promote other VR companies on the Pico platform.
I am lazy.
I cannot promote other VR headsets
green.
on the
said
Pico
congrats
platform.
Indie mate like
So
skin tone thumbs up sign.
I can live stream flat screen games like PS5, Xbox, because I've done DMZ with Fitz and Tassos and Shuey. I've done a bit of co-op Halo with Fitz. I've played some. So on the Pico platform, I can play flat screen VR games. I can play flat screen games. That's fine. I have a list of games that I can play. That's what they've said to me. I can play anything that's Pico VR on the Pico streaming platform, which is obviously what they want me to do. But I cannot do any PSVR 2 stuff. I can't do any Quest 2 stuff. I mean, you can understand why, because Pico want to promote their platform over other VR platforms, and that I'm fine with that because I'm trying to separate the two. I'm trying to separate my YouTube channel.
Said I get it, but would rather they were more confident in product to not make these policies.
Yeah, it's fine. Right, so
green. Said, are you allowed to play PC VR games mod?
Yeah, absolutely. Like PC VR is not an issue. So I can play PC VR. So I did an Automobilista stream on Pico. I can stream on PC VR with my Pico headset. That's fine. The only thing I can't do is promote the Quest 2, and I can't promote the PSVR 2.
Said from now on you will be with
Pico.
someone else instead of UA. So tonight, let's build this memory for the last time. Hold us now, don't cry, don't say a word, just hold us now. Parasite 82 green. Said so basically exclusives like Peaky. Evoking us. Said UA equals us.
No, it's so for the Pico streaming platform, which you can currently only watch on your Pico headset, I can do Pico VR stuff like Jupiter Grad 2 was an exclusive. I can play any games that I want to do that are on the Pico VR platform. I can play PC VR because that isn't a competing platform, and I can also play flat screen games like Halo, Warzone, all that sort of stuff. The only thing they don't want to do is I can't stream a Quest 2 game, which is exclusive to Quest 2 on the Pico platform, and I can't do any PSVR 2 stuff on Pico platform, which I completely understand, and that's absolutely fine. So my
James 911
separate YouTube VR
said,
streams,
hey,
I can do PCVR, I can do PSVR 2,
Pico
I
at
can
least
do
gives
Quest.
you ability to promote PCVR through it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what he said. So my normal streaming, which is Monday and Thursday, that can be PCVR, that can be PSVR 2, that can be Quest 2, it can be Pico, whatever.
82 green.
But the Pico
said,
stuff.
What about PCVR with mods, dude?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine because it's not a competing
Silver
platform.
Tongue Devil.
Hey Rob, how you
said
doing?
Basically, Mac is restricted on Pico Video, but can stream whatever he wants on anything else.
There you go. It basically what Silver Tongue said there. I'm restricted on the Pico platform to flat screen games and Pico VR games which are available on the Pico headset, but my YouTube channel I can do what I want because they are unconnected. So I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. So the reason I haven't been posting as much on YouTube is because I'm trying to nail down this Pico contract for streaming because I want to get paid like everybody else does for playing video games, which is the most amazing thing in the world. You know, it sounds like a massively stressful, horrible problem, but in the end, I'm playing Halo and I'm playing Warzone DMZ with my friends Fitz, Tassos, and Shuey.
Wildrizzer.
Yeah.
Said making money playing games is the dream, lol.
It is, absolutely, mate. It is absolutely the dream. I mean, if you'd have told my 10-year-old self...
Said it's a dream job, Mac.
...that when I was going to be in my 50s, I'd be actually getting paid to play video games, I'd been like, what? No way! That's absolutely insane. So here I am at the age of 56. I get paid by YouTube to play video games, and hopefully in the future, I'm going to get paid by Pico. So, as a side, there was a streaming
Kyle
competition
said,
run
I
by
understand
Pico.
you can still post PSVR 2 and Quest games on YouTube. But when you're live streaming on Pico, you must only show Pico games.
Right,
Weeble
so what Kyle said there
you're
was...
57.
I'm not 57, Weeble, I'm 56. So what Kyle said there is that I can play PSVR 2 and Quest games on YouTube, that's fine. But when I'm on the Pico platform, it's Pico VR or flat screen games. Like DMZ, Halo, Warzone, you know, all those, that sort of stuff. So actually, I'm going to try and do about 50% flat and 50% VR. Okay, so for the past 6 weeks, I've been trying to nail down that Pico contract. That's why I haven't been posting much content on YouTube, and I do apologize. I have been ignoring my YouTube channel.
MJC
I've been ignoring
said, hi,
my
Mac.
members. Hey, MJC, you won a game key, but you never claimed it. You won a game key for Walking Dead on, I can't remember what platform it was now. But he never replied. So the key's there. Just get on Discord. Get on my Discord. I'll give you the key. Yeah, so I basically spent the last 6 weeks trying to nail down this Pico contract. I've not done a lot of content on my YouTube channel. I haven't not done anything for my YouTube
is Pico's own
channel
streaming
members,
platform,
and I do
but only
apologize
ever
for
liable
that.
to
But
watch through a Pico headset.
there is one thing I do
MJC
need to talk about.
said, I didn't know. Lincoln Clay VR said, how many hours a week are you required to stream for Pico?
Okay, Lincoln, it's not a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing. So the same as Rob and Silver Tongue Devil, and the same as Shuey. They're contracted to play for 40 hours a month, and they get paid to do that. Anything over that, they don't get paid for, because then there's all sorts of employment contract problems. So yeah, it's probably about 10 hours a week. So you can imagine, excuse me, I just did a little burp there. That's not an insubstantial amount of gameplay, and that's why it has impacted my YouTube channel. But obviously, once I get my Pico contract, I can balance out doing YouTube over doing Pico.
Said, everything makes perfect sense. The issue is, you need to sugarcoat what the rest of us will be losing out on. We will generally get less value for our memberships.
Evil, right? Good point. So, this is what's happening for the channel memberships, okay? I will now be giving away a weekly game key, and every month I will be doing a tech giveaway. So there'll be stuff like head straps for quests, all that sort of stuff. Lenses for, if you need lenses, I can get you lenses, and I can get the company to send you the lenses. I will have a headset to give away within the next 4 weeks. And that's exclusive for channel members. So I do apologize, and I know that Evil's been quite vocal about it, because he does not subscribe to people. He has explained to me why he doesn't subscribe to people, but he did subscribe to my channel, and I'm deeply, deeply grateful for that. So we are going back to weekly game key giveaways and monthly tech giveaways. So this is one of the things that I've actually written down on my list there. And I'm glad you brought it up, Evil, because you actually mentioned in the channel membership that exact point, and it really, really impacted me, because I was thinking, oh my God, these people, they've taken the time to subscribe to my channel, and now they're not getting anything back off me, which for the past 6 weeks, I do admit I'm really sorry that I have completely ignored my members and my YouTube channel. But there will be a giveaway for a key for Jupiter Grad 2 on Quest
Assassin 32
for
VR
my channel
said I
members
just grabbed
this
a Born
week.
to Respawn t-shirt from the merch store. Cannot wait to get it.
Oh, dude, thank you. Oh, you bought the... okay, yeah. So anybody who doesn't know, we actually do have a merch channel as well. Nobody's ever bought anything except Fitz. We will be having an exclusive Tassos I Will Destroy You t-shirt, and that's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. And I'm only going to sell a certain amount, and then the profits from that are going somewhere very important. So, oh, Wolves, dude, sad face. Please don't unsubscribe.
MJC said can't see what I won in Discord, but if Walking Dead I already have and Retribution, so let someone else have the key.
Okay, dude, Will. I'll sort you out with something else.
Said eat.
Sleep. Respawn.
Respawn.
Get paid.
Get paid. I'm just messing. Congrats on it.
MJC, if you DM me on Discord, I'll sort you out with a key for something else. You tell me what you want and I'll sort you out.
Assassin 32 VR said I just created a second account and subscribed on that one too.
Oh, dude, you're so kind.
MJC
oh, my God.
Said Roger that.
I feel emotional. Anthridge, dude. How goes at work making you... Oh, dude. All right, so... Right. I'm gonna talk to you about it. I wasn't going to. But people who know me, my Discord channel got hacked last week. And I lost some stuff. And we're not talking about that. I managed to get my Discord channel back. I was banned from numerous accounts and all this sort of stuff. Last Thursday, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was sat in this chair right here, and I seriously considered packing in doing YouTube because I couldn't see. I couldn't see
are you
why.
Required to meet a viewer threshold steaming to Pico.
I couldn't see why I should carry on.
Said yeah. Cheers for that free nitro, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Yeah, so these like that's the first time it ever happened to me. I'd never had that problem before because I'm quite good with my passwords and I try to use 2FA, 2-factor authentication if I can. And after I got hacked and I got literally, I finished streaming on Pico, I picked up my phone and I had 1,000 messages, 1,000 messages, and it took me like a day to sort it out. You know, thank you to the people who are in my in my community who reached out to me and helped me out. Oh, Indie Man, thank you, my friend. Oh my God, he's such a nice person. He's such a nice person. Go and subscribe to his channel. Go and subscribe to his channel right now. Oh my God. Yeah, so oh God. Like Thursday was just the worst day of my life. I really did consider just not carrying on because
Parasite 82 green. Said Indy being Santa for the night. What a legend. Indy being
Santa for a legend, yeah. I actually did think about packing in because, as you may know, I'm of an age. I'm 56 and I'm retired and I live quite comfortably. And the YouTube stuff is just, I do it because I enjoy it. And on Thursday, I wasn't enjoying it.
Said Indy making plays and rolling in it, grinning face with smiling eyes.
So on Thursday, I wasn't enjoying it. And I just thought, do you know what? I've had enough. I've had enough of the stress. I've had enough of the... They call it the YouTube treadmill. And I just remember thinking, I can live quite comfortably without YouTube. And I could just... I've got my community. I've got my friends. I could just play video games and not make content. And that was it. I was literally that close to packing him. I really was that close to packing him. I'm sorry, guys, but it's like... Sorry. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Right.
Wildraza said this not easy job lol. People get into content creation without realizing it's still a job and hard work lol.
It is. The playing the games, editing the videos, and the content creation is actually is one of the best things about this gig. The worst thing about this gig is social media. It tears you down. It absolutely tears you down because everybody else is presenting their best life on YouTube and on Twitter and on whatever they're doing. Oh, look at me, I'm doing this. Oh, look at me, I'm doing that. And you think, well, why am I not getting those opportunities? And it's a selfish thing. Yeah, I know, I understand. I've always worked for other people, so I've never been self-employed. So it's difficult to me. It's difficult for me to promote myself because I don't know how to do it.
Wildraza said selling your personality in a way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is selling your personality in a way. And I mean, I'm selling my experience because, you know, like I've been playing video games since 1977.
Parasite 82 Green said, but instead of walking away, you just respawned winking face. We got your back, mate.
Yeah, it's I've been playing video games since 1977. I'm a veteran. You know, this is like what 40 odd years of video game experience, and you know, I enjoy it. I live it. I love playing video games. I love
Evil
VR.
Killers said, how can you live comfortably at 56 as retired without income like YouTube? Have you saved a huge amount of money or is your wife loaded with cash?
All right,
I must know.
I'm gonna answer.
MJC
Wait a second.
said, eat, sleep, respawn. Simon V said, yep, we all love you, Mac. You don't have to pretend for us.
Thank you, Simon. That's very nice. Thank you, MGC. Right, so I'm going to answer Evil Kingless's question. I was in the army for a long time, and then I was a firefighter for a long time, so I have a decent pension. So I actually managed to retire at 55 and be comfortable. I know this may seem like a strange concept for our American cousins who seem to have to work until they're 80 years old, but I live in my own house. I own my house. I don't have any mortgage. My wife is semi-retired as well. We have a very comfortable life. You know, we live in a fantastic area. We've got a dog. We go out. We spend our Wednesdays and whatever it is and Sundays out doing nice things. So I can live comfortably. If I put my hand up and said, right, I'm not doing YouTube anymore, I could just walk away. But it's not the point. I enjoy this. I love it. I love I love VR. I love gaming. I love my community. I love like playing co-op games with my friends. I love playing DMC with Shui and Fitz and Tassos
said,
and
getting
Weeble.
things back is not always a material thing. Not that I would turn my nose up at a key. It's the friendship and fun you've bought me. Wildraza said, America has a retirement age. They just don't care about it and force people to work till death lol.
Till death.
Lincoln Play VR said, I'm 56 and still working.
Okay, Lincoln.
MJC
Yeah.
said, similar background to you, Mac. 1 year older though. Your content is really good.
Oh, cool, MJC. No, I have to admit, I am the luckiest man in the world. I mean, like I said, I did my time in the army. I did my time in the fire brigade. That's a complete different subject, but I suffer from PTSD. This is some of the times why I go off on the rails. I drink too much. I smoke too much. That's my trigger. My way of coping with that
Maniac
shit
Psycho
is to drink stuff.
said, damn son,
There you go.
cheers Indy, what up Mac? MJC said, Army Bois. Mark Alexander said, my pension age is estimated to 72.
72. Oh,
Assassin 32 VR said, you, Shui, and Gamertag have been very honest about the treadmill. That honesty is appreciated. I just started on YT and I can feel it.
yeah.
Wildraza
Yeah.
said, amen.
Dude. All right, so I'm gonna quickly mute speech chat because I want to tell you a story. I went down to Soul Assembly, who the guys behind Drop Dead the Cabin it was fantastic. It was my first time I'd ever been invited to a studio. I was put up in a hotel for 2 days. They paid for my
Cyanium.
petrol.
Said
They
no
paid
for
for my
K-Delix.
food. It was absolutely brilliant. So these were the people that were here. Bearing in mind, my channel had 15,000 subs. So we had Dr. Oculus, we had Daysnetic, we had Eyes on VR, Greg from Eyes on VR. We had Nazy, 1 million subscribers. We had Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis, who I'm sure you all know. We had Carlos from Yugon Virtual, which is a Portuguese virtual reality channel, 1 million subscribers. We had Cass and Chari, the loveliest women you could ever meet in your life. And I was there thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? Because my channel's tiny compared to those. But the people at Soul Assembly treat us all perfectly equal. You know, they didn't care the size of your channel. You know, I always remember talking to Daysnetic, and Paradise Decay hadn't told him where they were going and what was happening. So he walked through the door, and the first person he saw was me. And he was like, fuck, that's back in VR. Wow, that's amazing. And then, like, behind me was, like, Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis, and Cassie Cherry, and Nazy. And he was like...
Said at Mark Alexander, me too, mate.
Like this.
I'm 41 and me and the wife are still saving for a deposit on a house, but they have made it so hard for my generation. Me and wife both work
later
full-time
on,
and still not enough.
We'd gone to the hotel for a drink. And
said
I was sat there with...
Size does not matter.
Nazy was here, Cass and Cherry was here, and Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis was sat opposite me. And they talked about imposter syndrome, right? This is really weird. And they were like, oh, I don't really believe that I'm actually doing this. It seems a bit of an imposter syndrome. And I feel that if I don't churn out enough content on my channel, then the YouTube treadmill is letting me down. So that's like 1 million subscribers, Nazy. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers for Cass and Cherry. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers for Mike. And me, 15,000. And I'm sitting there going, they've got imposter syndrome and they're worried about the YouTube treadmill. I've got imposter syndrome and I'm worried about the YouTube treadmill. So it doesn't get any better. And even if you like watch Mr. Beast on YouTube, he talks about the treadmill. Linus Tech Tips, he talks about the YouTube treadmill. So it's not like everybody who's starting out on YouTube, like I did 3 years ago, will be like, oh yeah, I'm going to get this channel. I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be great. Then when you get to 1,000 subscribers, you're like, right, I want 2,000 subscribers. And then when you get to 2,000, you want 10 and you want 20 and you want 50 and you want 100. So my ultimate goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers. That was my
verified games.
That was my initial.
Said, well, that's comforting. LOL. Doesn't get better. Silver tongued devil. Said hardcore environment, not for the faint-hearted. Weeble. Said retirement is great, guys. Recommend it. MJC.
Yeah.
Said Mac, your content is as good as the others. Look at what they are doing. What are they doing different?
I'm just listening to what
Simplex PL. Said I talked to Polish content creators with hundreds of thousands subscribers and they told me they are niche creators.
Yeah,
we
are.
Said VR is filled with some of the smartest people in my life. Massively nice to have people that can at least half understand me. Smart people and community.
So I one of my favorite YouTube content creators is Sadly It's Bradley, because he's to me like John Carmack. His intelligence level is way above mine, but he's like a bit nerdy and a bit awkward. But I like his style. I like listening to what he has. I like that minutiae. I can sit there and watch him talk about OLEDs, like micro OLED screens, for like 20 minutes, and it doesn't bother me. And apparently, if you say micro OLED 3 times, Sadly It's Bradley appears behind you. Who'd have thought? Yeah. So this, like, it is niche. It is niche. So
Arraysite 82 green. Said Professor Einstein of VR.
He is the professor.
Wilbur.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. You're
Said
absolutely
Carmack
right.
awesome.
So
Assassin 32 VR. Said TV shows have seasons. That gives a sense of accomplishment when you've finished filming each season. It also offers built-in breaks. YouTube doesn't have seasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is never a break.
YouTube does not have seasons. Absolutely does not have seasons. So
Verified Games
I've published.
said you hear a whisper behind you. Hi, I am Brad.
But he's not dangerous. He's just nice. He probably like dress you up as a anime girl because he's just that kind of guy. Yeah. So that was a good point that Assassin made there. Is that TV shows you like it's like you film. It's like an intense 3 months. Then you get a break, and if there's another season, then you go back and you film again. With YouTube, it isn't. So I only published 3 videos, I think, in the past 6 weeks. How much of an impact has that had on my channel? Massive. Because I usually publish 1 or 2 a week, and I've only done 3 in 6 weeks. So my channel has suffered. But on the other hand, I've been concentrating on trying to do this Pico stuff. So, you know, like for me, I won the June streamer contest, so I won the Pico headset. I was promised that if I took part in that competition that I would then get contracted to be taken on as a paid Pico streamer. That didn't happen because of the person who I was talking to has since left the company, which is very disappointing. So I now have to try and prove to the people who have taken over her position that this is what she said, this is what I was promised, and this is what I have done to fulfill that part of my contract. So I've actually streamed over 28 hours on the Pico platform, and it's only halfway through the month. So I feel I've done my part. I hope I've done my part. I'm a massive Pico advocate. The Pico 4 is a great headset. It's way superior to the Quest 2. Screens, everything. The library's nearly there. You know, they have some exclusives that they lack, like Beat Saber and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, PCVR, the Pico 4 headset is like, just blows the Quest 2 out the water. It's so much better. And now that they've got like AM
Assassin
VR,
32 VR said 1 million per live stream. I heard her say it before she left.
KKCOB VRP4 battery head strap. It's just as comfortable as my Quest 2 with the Bobo VR M2 Pro.
Wildraza
So, you know.
said only reason I don't have a Pico is not sold here. Only reason.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm guessing, Wolveraza, that you're in the US. That they were supposed to announce that they were selling the Pico 4 in the US, and then there was like
Livid VR.
There's some sort of court case
said,
going
can
on.
you stream to both platforms simultaneously? Or is that legal grey area?
Livid VR, that is a great question. You can stream simultaneously using OBS, but I think that might be a problem. So I prefer at this moment, I mean, Shui and Silver Tongue might be able to maybe clear the air here. I'm not too sure. There we go.
Mark Alexander said I tried a Pico. For me there wasn't the biggest difference to Q2.
Oh, Mark, I have to disagree.
Wildraza
I have to disagree.
said America, lot of issues with Congress and China security
That's
stuff.
right, yeah, Wolveraza, that's what the problem was. I think it was like a congressional hearing or something, and they were worried about, because if you are unaware, Pico is owned by ByteDance, and ByteDance are
Weeble
a huge
there is
social
Mark.
media company in China. They've got more money than Facebook. They make like Mark Zuckerberg look like a little teeny
Cold
tiny
account
person.
tangent said Twitch allows multi-stream now.
I could stream simultaneously on YouTube and Pico, but I don't want to do until I get somebody to
said
say to me that's
ByteDance or
okay. I
TikTok.
don't want to do that. ByteDance are TikTok. Yeah, so TikTok, ByteDance, it's a social media company.
Wildraza said over billion people in China.
People don't
Arrays
understand
82
how
green.
big
Said
ByteDance
Mark,
are.
I disagree. The resolution on Pico is much better. IMO.
Yeah, I'm yeah, sorry, Mark. Like, oh dear, this happened to me so many times. So sometimes when I'm playing on my Pico and I'm streaming, I forget to charge the battery or whatever, and I had to switch to my Quest 2, and going from the Pico to the Quest 2 is a massive downgrade. I'm like, do you have to remember these two devices are 2 years apart? So Pico has the pancake lenses and they have the slightly better, not massively better screens, a better FOV. But going from a Pico 4 to a Quest 2 is a downgrade. It, like, physically, if you do that, if you go from Pico to a Quest 2, you can see the difference immediately.
Crash
And
organism.
obviously, I have
Said love my Pico 4, thanks Mac. But with Potedance owning the Pico, I always think the camera is sending pics of my PP to China.
Crash. Nobody wants to see your PP in China unless it's impressive.
Anverge. Said I think you're wearing it wrong, buddy.
Sorry, Anthony, you talk to Crash because is he wearing it on his trousers?
Stephen Whitehead.
Oh my god.
Said ha ha ha. Mark Alexander. Said I can guarantee Quest is doing the same. Crash.
Yeah, Quest is
Harry's
definitely doing the
82
same.
green. Said face with tears of joy.
Right, so what I meant to do was these are the things I need to do. So I'm gonna ask
Wildraza. Said yup. Crash organism. Said face with tears of joy. Silver-tongued devil. Said instead of pics of your PP to the Zuck rolling on the floor laughing at Crash organism.
Right, so I'm going to start a poll. And this is the question. So you have to check the chat out, right?
Dazednetic.
Okay.
Said the Quest 3 will have
Hey,
a depth sensor
Dazednetic,
too,
how you doing,
so
my
they'll
friend?
have actual dimensions of the PP2.
I was actually talking about your experience
Verified
at
games.
Soul Assembly
Said Zuck
when
gonna sell those pics to China
Paradise
anyway.
Decay absolutely sold you down the river and you walked in and was like... Right, so here we go. Poll coming up. I'm going to run it for 5 minutes. You need to answer. Here we go. There we go.
Wildraza. Said security is hard subject. Not much
Security is
anymore.
not a dirty word,
If you think
Blackadder.
there is personal security, you have not been paying attention. LOL. Mark Alexander. Said can't answer that yet.
Oh, why not? Okay, so that was the poll.
82 green. Said where is it? Weeble.
It's at the top
Said
somewhere.
yes, but only after your review. Smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. Fitz_UK. Said yes, still get a Q3 but don't think it will replace the Pico 4 though. Rolling on the floor laughing. Anverge. Said leaning yes, don't have enough specifics. Parasite 82 green. Said got it. Verified games. Said hello Baldrick. Assassin 32 VR.
Baldrick. There you go,
Said
he
day
recognised it.
James 911. Said I'll wait and see reviews for Q3. Mark Alexander. Said need actual reviews. And I don't want more meta stuff. Dazednetic. Said year was one of the best days ever. He told me no one I would know was going.
I know, that was
Sneaky
so
GIT.
funny. That was
Crash
the first time I
organism.
ever met Dazednetic.
Said
And
silver-tongued
he was
devil.
like,
Hope you are well.
Paradise
I am
absolutely
not on
did
Facebook.
me. Because
We'll never get
he was like,
anything
oh,
to
there's
do
back
with
in
them.
VR. And then, like he said,
Mark
it was
Alexander.
like, Mike
Said, but if the
from
reviews are out of
Virtual
this
Reality
world,
Racers stood
then
behind
yes.
him, and Nazy
Cold account
and
tandem.
Cass and Cherry, and Daze was
Said I
like,
just bought
what
the
am I
Pico
doing
4.
here? And I said to him,
Quest isn't
what am I
using
doing
color
here?
pass-through for our summit.
it was
No eye tracking
brilliant.
either, right?
What a absolutely brilliant. Right, so I'm excited for the Quest 3, and I'm excited for
Assassin
a particular
32
reason,
VR.
which we will get to.
Said it'll be the only way to play GTA San
Sandra
Andreas
in
in VR.
VR, yeah, if it ever comes out. Right, I'm excited So people who've got the Pico 4 will know this, that the color pass-through is really good.
Said I am definitely getting Quest 3 so I can play all Quest games because not all Quest games work on Pico 4, especially my fave Phantom Covert Ops.
Phantom Covert was a great game. Right, so here we go.
Netic.
The reason I'm so excited for Quest 3 is because of
the Pico 4.
The augmented reality and the color pass-through, because it's really good on the Pico 4.
Only issue you gonna have
Quest
is the
3
Quest
they're going to have the depth sensors,
big titles will
which
roll
means
out
it's going
to Pico,
to be
but will take time, I think.
more. I think it's going to be like
headset,
a sort of
riding
mini
Meta tiles like everyone
Apple
else.
Vision Pro with slightly less power, only 10% the price. Oh my god, that thing is going to cost so much money. Yeah, so I'm really excited for Quest. I am actually genuinely really excited for Quest 3.
Still can't work
and
out
it's
what
only
I need
because of the
fluff for other than to make sure
stuff.
I will hit the kids.
All right then. So where is the poll? Let's have a look at the poll. Right, so 74% said yes.
Parasite 82
Only
green.
26% said no.
Said and hopefully we can all have X-ray vision LOL. Assassin 32 VR. Said Q3R is going to bring us a huge step closer to mainstream. Evil Kingus. Said I am getting Quest 3. I could not care less about pass-through. I want to be in VR. I really look forward to manual IPD slider. More power will rule. Wolverizer. Said R makes more sense soon.
Right, so the next question is, are you going to buy the Apple Vision Pro? Now, I did a whole podcast about this. I think this is a misstep from Apple. I think they've misjudged what they think AR VR is about.
James 911.
But wow.
Said hell no.
If somebody offered me one,
games.
I'd bite the arm off down to the ankle.
Parasite 82 green. Said definitely not. Maniac Psycho. Said maybe if it was 500 quid. Monkey Nuts. Said hi Mac, hit the like button guys, thumbs up sign.
Hey Monkey, how you doing my
Parasite
friend?
82 green. Said I value my marriage LOL. MJC.
I value my marriage.
Said it's Apple, they suck. Evil Kingus. Said too ridiculously expensive, not for games, not true wireless. I have no interest in it at all. Wolverizer. Said would if could, but not for me. First impression device for the well-off.
Yeah.
Smart I promise.
Yeah.
Mark Alexander.
Yeah.
Said mouse in VR. Assassin 32 VR. Said Vision Pro is a tech demo unit. It would sit on a shelf and be used to show friends.
Wow.
Then go right back to the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So
Silver-tongued devil.
Hey Rob, how you doing,
Said
mate?
Pico contract isn't that lucrative, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you hand your contract over to me then, and then we'll see how happy I am. Right, so for the Quest 3, it was 75% said they were interested in buying the Quest 3. 95% are not going to buy the Apple Vision Pro.
Weeble.
That's probably because we're
Said
just
Mac
normal
got away
people.
with it. Parasite with his Fanatec purchase, smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. MJC. Said nice device, but tech will be incorporated into non-Apple tech.
Yeah. So the main problem I have with the Apple Vision Pro is the fact that it's so integrated into the Apple ecosystem, and I don't have any Apple devices. I've got an Android phone, I've got an Android tablet, I use a PC, I use a PSVR 2, a Quest 2, and a Pico. None of them are like Apple related products. My wife has an Apple phone because she has no imagination. You know, they're easy to use, they're pretty, they're easy, you know. But like when I buy something, I want to be able to use it the way I want to use it.
So true, LOL. Monkey Nuts. Said my wife will not let me get the Quest 3 after I binned her ironing board to make room for my GTA rig, LOL. Verified Games. Said Apple IA a walled garden, damn it.
It's a walled garden.
A orchard.
It's a walled garden. It's an orchard, but it is a walled garden. So what
Evil Kingus.
So what Monkey Nut said
Good
is,
point.
my
What
wife will
about
not let
stuff
me
like
get the
Side
Quest 3
Quest?
after I bin the ironing
I
board
guess
to
that
make room
wouldn't
for my
fly on Apple devices.
GTA rig.
MJC
I like you, verified.
said I turned against Apple when they swapped from ASMR iPhone to Angle
I
Object.
absolutely agree with your decision. Yeah, absolutely agree with your decision. Yeah, okay. So, right. So right, okay, so here's the next poll. Here is the next poll. Come on. Start the poll. Oh, I can't because I haven't finished the last one. Okay. Right, here we go. End poll. Right, so
Wildrizzer.
So the
said tossed coffee table second day after Quest 1 LOL. Made largest play space possible and been trying squeeze out more since LOL.
Yeah, you do need a bit of space. I'm quite lucky because I've got the Mac cave. Look how far back it goes. Whee! Whee!
Assassin 32 VR. Said gotta move your marquee sign a bit. It says 6k subs. Assassin 32 VR. Said 5k.
Oh, it does, yeah. I must have knocked it. There you go. Anyway, look how far back my man cave goes. Yeah, so I'm quite lucky that I've got quite a lot of space to play video games in. Right, so the next poll was going to be... Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember now. You have to wait. Okay, the next poll is...
Senna Shrimp. Said Wazara.
Hey, Senna Shrimp, how you doing, mate? Okay. How many people have actually watched
said next
one of
poll
my
is going
Pico
to be
video streams?
Oh, Skirrel.
I'm guessing this is going to be about 25 to 75, 25% yes, 75% no. Excuse me.
Mark Alexander. Said I don't have a clue where to find them. Mark Alexander.
Yeah, unfortunately, mate, you have to have a Pico
yet.
headset.
Fitz_UK.
You have to open the...
Said, well, you know I have face with tears of joy. MJC. Said didn't watch as busy job /house move.
Buying a house and missing out on a game
UK.
key. Dude, MJC.
Said me and Weeble then and Rob. James 911. Said didn't even know about it until now. Wildrizzer. Said oh you mean headset.
Yes.
Weeble. Said I've watched a few. Assassin 32 VR. Said I watched you racing for most of the day last week. Silver-tongued devil. Said yeah just us three LOL. Mark Alexander. Said I have to have a headset.
Yeah.
That's a stupid marketing decision.
It is, Mark. There's massive amounts of problems
82 green.
with the Pico streaming
Said I am sure I have,
setup.
but I'm at the age where I can't remember what I did yesterday LOL. Wildrizzer. Said you need a Pico 4. Mark Alexander. Said how are they gonna reach people on other platforms?
Okay, so what's happening
said,
here
a few
is...
more for IDU, smiling face with open mouth
So
and
what's happening here
eyes.
is one of the questions I wanted to ask was, so Pico want to move into the streaming space, so they want to challenge Twitch and YouTube. They aren't doing it very well at the moment because you have to have a Pico headset to view Pico streams, and you have to do it through the Pico Video app on your headset. One of the cool things is it is in 3D because of the way everything's set up.
Wildrizzer.
But
said they trying to drive people to their platform by making exclusive.
No, they're not. They're not. They're just trying to build a streaming platform to rival Twitch and YouTube. You know, they are trying, like Pico are trying to move into the European market the same as Quest did, the same as like Valve did and HTC. So they're just basically trying to build up a platform that they can
Wildrizzer.
promote their
said
games
it fine.
on.
It's
so,
smart. Just business.
It is just business, yeah. So, you know, they're trying to build up their streaming platform, but at the moment,
Assassin 32
you are
VR.
very, very restricted because you
Said
can
I
only watch it
misvoted
if you
on
have a
that
Pico
one.
4 headset.
I watched you using
Or
a Pico to play
yeah.
PSVR.
So what I want to know is, how can they improve their stream? If you have watched any of mine or Rob's or Shuey's streams, how do you think they can improve them? Because there's a massive disconnect when you're in VR because you cannot access the stream chat. You cannot sort of interact with your audience, which obviously, you know, I like to do, because there is like a virtual reality has this problem. I mean, it's been around for like 6 years, but nobody solved the content creator streaming communication problem yet. PCVR has Live. We've got Live and we've got OVR, but the actual standalone headsets like Pico and Quest, they haven't solved that problem yet. Because if I'm streaming and playing a game, I want to interact with my audience and have my chat available to me, and the only way I can do it on Pico is to like double tap the headset, lean into my PC, look at my literal chat and go, because you're trying to look through the Pico's color cameras, and they're good, but they're not that good. I'm assuming the Quest 3 ones are going to be better, but the problem is it's like content creators, it's like free advertising for your games. It's free advertising for your headset. Why do they not concentrate on making tools to make content creation easier for us?
Said streaming VR most taxing damn thing can make a computer do outside quantum math. LOL.
It is. It's like you need a supercomputer to play the game, stream, text to chat, OBS. Oh, it's a complete and utter nightmare. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about, actually. So, our poll is 64% of you actually watched. 64% of you actually watched one of my streams, or Rob's streams, or Shuey's streams. That's really good. I'm quite surprised the numbers are so high, actually, because when you're like, if I'm not flat screen gaming where I can have the chat right in front of me, when you're playing in VR, you've got no idea what's going on. You don't know how many people are watching. You don't know what people are saying in the chat. It's really, really annoying.
Harry'site 82 green.
Here we go.
Said I got to go now, peeps. My wife is going to call soon. Happy wife, happy life. Congrats again, Max and Indy. Light skin tone victory or peace sign.
See you later, Parasite.
Stephen Whitehead. Said I'm struggling hearing you and the stupid robot voice. Weeble.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Said I'm surprised at those figures. Wolverazer. Said it get there. That is a huge part of issue though. It just hard for standalone on streaming. PCVR can barely do it. LOL.
Right, so one of the other things I wanted to ask you, changing the subject completely.
Silver-tongued devil. Said same. I think peeps have misunderstood that poll.
I think
LOL.
they did. I think they did. Right, so YouTube. So the things I do on YouTube, I've got two ways of presenting. I either do this with my background, or I stand up
Mark
behind a green
Alexander
screen and present.
Said are you a posterity or anterior man?
Like this. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer the full green screen, or do you prefer the seated kind of setup? Because this is real. Like this is not a set. This is actually my stuff.
Said cheers para.
But this is a green screen. I don't know if you realise this. This is actually a green screen.
Weeble.
This isn't real life.
Said when I watch you, Rob and Shuey, I can see the number of people watching. Cold account tangent. Said LOL just stopped driving. LOL. I answers wrong. I have only watched your YouTube Pico vids. LOL.
Ah, right. No, what
Cold
the question I was
tangent.
asking is if you actually
Said
watched
sorry.
any of my Pico live
Crash organism.
streams. There
Said
you
this
go.
is good. Substatica. Said hey Mac, what's up?
Hey subs, how you doing, my
Cold account
friend?
tangent. Said seated.
Seated. With the beard or without the beard? Bit of grey, bit of salt and pepper. Because I'm getting old, you know. I've had my teeth done, though. Because I had shit teeth. So I spent some money on my teeth. So there you go. There's a bit of information you didn't really want to know from an old man.
Mark Alexander.
Yeah, so...
Said either more beard or no beard. Monkey nuts. Said seated. Prometheus -36. Said preferring green screen.
Hello, Prometheus. How you doing,
Assassin
my friend?
32 VR. Said I messed that pill up too. I have no Pico option here in the US.
Yeah, okay. So... like I said earlier...
Said I would like to see people really move in VR. Facing camera makes no sense to me. Understanding how to play VR is kinda odd. People play so many different ways. Be cool to see more active stuff too. John Jensen. Said you're not getting old, you're leveling up, right?
Thank you, John. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm not getting older. I am leveling up.
Call the count tangent.
Right, so...
Said in a tanger.
We seem to have a consensus that you prefer this. You prefer this is the background
Blue
for my
bottles.
presentations.
Said hey. Just
Okay.
joined.
We do.
This is cool, Mac.
Hey, Blue
GG.
Bottles, how you doing? Blue Bottles is one of my long-term members. He's a top guy. I met him down at Format last... when did the Queen die? Was it last year? I think it was last year, wasn't it? It was really
Silver
unfortunate
Tongue Devil.
because I actually met Blue Bottles
Said
on the
hey,
night
boo.
the Queen died. So we were all like, ooh, Queen. Yeah. So Blue Bottles is a serial contributor to my channel, Indy's channel, everybody else's channel on Discord. He's a really nice guy. Absolutely top bloke.
Mark Alexander. Said for presentations this is okay I think. For actual VR green screen perhaps with a super side lens.
Super side lens?
Substatica. Said so, we need to ask what's next. Did I miss the answer? Blue Bottles.
Oh, right, hold on.
Said good times. Let's do it again. Soon. Mark Alexander. Said wide asterisk. Ryan B. Said hey Mac.
Hey Ryan B, how you doing, my
all.
friend? Right, so I'm going to do a quick recap for the people who kind of maybe joined in a bit later.
Blue Bottles.
Sorry, Wolveraza is
Said
asking
hi
questions.
at Ryan B. Blue Heart. Wolveraza. Said I prefer people do what makes them happy, selling your personality remember. So you being in good mood is highly important and don't wanna fake it trying force what others want.
I'm always
They
in a
watch
good
for you.
mood. Usually
Ryan B.
drunk as well, so.
Said higher at Blue Bottles.
Right, so I'm going to just quickly shut down live chat because I want to do a quick recap without any sort of distractions. The reason I did this video today was because I nearly packed in YouTube on Thursday last week. I've already explained why. I got hacked on Discord. Several things happened on that day which were really, really disappointing. It was very, very stressful. I am retired. I did a lot of time in the army. I did a lot of time in the fire brigade. And I just thought on Thursday, it was about 3 o'clock, and I was sat here in my chair, and I just thought, do you know what? I'm done. I don't need the stress. I'm retired. I live comfortably. I've got a quite happy life. I've got a great set of friends online. I can play video games with anytime I want. I've got Weeble, I've got Fitz, I've got Tassos, I've got Shuey, I've got Indy, I've got all, you know, that whole group, Assassin. If I haven't mentioned you, it's just because I'm stupid and I can't remember your names because I'm drunk. And I got really close. I mean, we're talking like really close to not doing YouTube anymore. The Pico thing was also part of it because, so people who don't understand, I'm going to explain it again. I was supposed to be onboarded onto Pico to get a contract to stream professionally and get paid for it. The woman who was dealing with my case left the company and didn't tell anybody about me. She just left, and I was kind of left swimming. I was supposed to get a sponsorship deal on the channel. That kind of fell through on the same day. And I just thought, nah, do you know what? I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Woke up on Friday morning and thought, I enjoy it. Do you know what? Despite all the stress and all the trouble that it causes me, I actually really enjoy it.
Achieving happiness rarely has anything to do with money at end of day. Finding happiness important.
And I love the community I've built up. I mean, I've met some people that are going to be lifelong friends for me. You know, I've been down to Indy's house. I've met his dad. I've met his family. I met all of his crazy cousins, who are all these huge, muscly Sikh guys who are like
MJC,
like with great hair. And I was like, I'm so annoyed because I don't have great hair. And it's so great to see Indy. Like he's had these problems over the past couple of years with his long COVID. But now he's got this contract to work for a company and he's working for himself and he's doing all this individual stuff. And it's amazing. And like Shuey from Power on VR, you know, who we do the podcast with, he, you know, like we met like randomly 2 years ago. And he's one of my best friends and I love him. And I haven't met his family yet, but he's been up here and he's met me and he's been at my house. And I've seen him 2 or 3 times now when we've been down to Pico. And Clickster and Rob and Beanie. And it's like... And obviously I've met Weeble as well. I've not met Fitz or Tassos yet. I mean, like Fitz is easy because he lives in the UK. But Tassos is in Greece, obviously. So that's quite difficult. But like the whole thing is... On the Friday when I woke up, I went and played DMZ with Tassos and Fitz, I think.
Said turned off worried face.
And I just... Oh, hold on. What have I done?
Blue bottles. Cedric smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes.
Yeah, you know, and like, so on Friday I was like streaming and I was having a good time with my friends. And I just thought, actually, do you know what? Like the stress, it's not much, but I just enjoy playing video games. I enjoy playing VR. I was supposed to be taking part in this In Death Unchained Fletcher competition, and like Weeble and Rob were giving me sort of loads of advice. Turns out I'm shit at In Death Unchained. I'm shit, right? There's no way I'm ever going to get on that leaderboard. But I really enjoyed trying. And that's what makes VR so great. It just, I don't know, it just brings people together. Like, we're all enthusiasts. We all love gaming. We all love VR. We all love tech. We want a B-haptic suit. We all want the Pro Tube with the Force Tube on it. We all want to go into Pavlov VR and mow people down. It's just, I just love this community.
Nuts.
I just love the community.
You'd be missed. Keep up the good work, mate, and just enjoy it for what it is.
I am Monkey Nuts. Like, you know what? I was so low on Thursday. I was going to pack in.
Weeble. Said you listening, Indy. IDU. Smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes.
Indy, don't go there. It's like IDU is like crack cocaine. Honestly, it is like crack cocaine. It's so addictive. Oh, by the way, if anybody doesn't know what we talk about, In Death Unchained, it's like a roguelike bow and arrow game. Oh, I'm terrible at it.
Said it's what you make it. Mac, but when you're that busy it's hard to get around everyone to play with. Your leadership skill are important. More than you know, mister. In the VR. Said spit. Silver tongued devil. Said Indy hasn't got time for IDU, haha.
He's too busy. Indy's he's lubing me up. He knows I'm going to see him in August. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see him again. But this time I promise we won't get you drunk and then me and your dad will take photographs with you like
said
drunk.
TBF, neither does Mac. When that game bites, it bites hard.
Oh, dude, it does. It does.
Will
I'm like terrible at
said
it. But I'm like,
practice.
I just want another
I'm
go.
like 67% in world at bow, used to be 80. People getting better and more players. Great game.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy addictive. It's
said Indy hasn't the skill. Rob winking face. Blue bottles. said when is the next get together? Gamescom.
I'm going to EGX, and I'm also going to Gamescom. I don't know which one is first. Might be Gamescom. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely going to Gamescom, and I'm definitely going to EGX. So if anybody wants to come down, we'll do a meetup. We'll do a big sort of, streamer, VR gamer meet. And we go to the pub and we get drunk. It'd be great. Absolutely great. So, yeah, EGX, I'm going down on the Thursday. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and I'm coming home on the Sunday. Gamescom, I'm going to be there on Wednesday to Friday, I think, or Wednesday to Saturday. So if you're going,
said staying over.
Oh
Equals
yes,
hotel.
You have to stay over. You have to stay over. There's usually a big party on the EGX on there Saturday night. And if you get the right hotel, which I didn't last time, do apologise. Yeah, it's really good fun because you get to meet all your mates.
Said Gamescom/date. Wait, the 23rd of August, 2023. Son, the 27th of August, 2023.
Yeah, I think EGX is a bit later.
Said Yum.
Yeah, so I'm going to Gamescom. I have an appointment to play an AR game on the Apple Vision Pro. I have an appointment to play an AR game on the Apple Vision Pro. No, I don't. I have an appointment to play an AR game on the Quest 3, not the Apple Vision Pro. Sorry, I do apologise. I have had a few beers. Sorry.
Said X12-15 October 2023.
And I will be staying at Indy's house on the 13th and 14th. And we promise not to troll you this time when you get drunk and pass out on the settee. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, go on my Twitter feed and just scroll back.
Said LOL.
Right, does anybody want to know anything about what's happening with my channel? Because I did explain it all right at the beginning, but if you've just joined me, then you might not know what's going on. So I'm going to do a quick recap. Basically what happened is, about 6 weeks ago, I was approached by Pico to become a paid Pico streamer, but I had to win this. I had to get involved in this competition in June.
Blue bottles. Said missed it all.
So I had to get involved in this competition in June for streaming. Turns out I won. So I won a headset, which will be given away to my channel members. Mr. Evil Kingers, please pay attention. I am now giving back to the community. I know you criticise me, but I am honestly getting back onto that. Then I was supposed to get a contract to stream for Pico.
Mac is a great Mac.
I was supposed to get a contract to stream for Pico, but unfortunately, the person I was dealing with then left the company and then didn't tell anybody that I was supposed to be getting a contract. So now, 2 weeks later, I am struggling to tell the people who have taken over her position that I was promised a contract, and I would still like it if you don't mind, because I have been working quite hard on my Pico streaming. So this is one of the reasons I haven't been posting so much content on my YouTube channel. But once this is all settled, I will be releasing one video a week. Channel members will be getting a game key giveaway every single week and a tech giveaway once a month at the end of the month. There might be one at the end of July. Depends on whether Pico deliver.
Blue bottles. Said let me knock on their door. Growling.
Go and knock on their door. I've already got Rob knocking on the door, and Rob is...
Verified Games. Said, will you be
He's
locked
a
into
gobshite.
Pico exclusive content though?
No.
Viper L. Said so, no more quest information.
No. Right, so let's separate this. The Pico contract is a separate thing from my YouTube channel. The Pico contract is to stream Pico and flat screen stuff separately. My YouTube channel is going to be completely independent. So whatever I do on my YouTube channel, not affected by my Pico contract. Though I am a bit of a Pico advocate because that's a great headset. So I'm
Blue
not
bottles.
selling out.
Said
I
agreed,
actually
but
think
in a
that
very
is,
productive
I
way.
think that is the cheapest,
Love your Rob.
best PCVR headset you can buy
Games.
at the moment.
Said I gotcha.
So there you go. Yeah, so
IndiVR.
Pico streaming.
Said I will be in at
Separate.
the Zurich PopCon the 30th of September, 2023. The 1st of October, 2023.
I'm gonna drag you. I'm gonna drag you to EGX by your ears, Indy. You need to go, mate. Jesus. Oh, Miss Tough Guy. Dude, thanks for joining the memberships. Thank you, my friends. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. The whole idea of this live stream was to just basically talk about what was going on.
Verified Games.
Oh,
Said India Pools. Crash Organism. Said because of you I got the Pico 4. You were 100% right about how good it is.
It is really good. It is really good headset. Yeah, so the whole idea of this live stream was basically to explain what's been going on with the channel, because for the past 6 weeks, I haven't done much. And I do apologize, especially to my channel members, because I do feel like I've kind of ignored you, and that you know, I hope you understand the reasons behind that. But now, reset. Channel members,
I think everyone is just
one
happy
game key
you got a
giveaway
contract.
every single week.
How it changes things
End
should
of the
be
month,
accepted easily.
there
This
will
not
be
flat
a
stuff.
tech
We
giveaway
actually support and understand you
so
have
that
lives,
you
lol.
get your money's worth,
Viper
hopefully.
L. Said I'm glad that because you are one of the honest game reviewers and would hate to lose ya.
Oh, cheers, Viper. That's very nice of you to say. Yeah, so like I said, Pico, the Pico stuff is separate from my VR channel. It's, you know, I'm not sponsored by Pico, but I'll be paid to stream on their platform. So it's like Twitch was sponsoring me or YouTube was sponsoring me to stream on their channel. But with Pico, there are a few things which are, you know, I can't do PSVR 2 stuff. I can't do Quest 2 stuff. I can do PCVR. I can do flat screen. I can do, obviously, Pico VR stuff.
Verified
So
Games.
it's just, I'm just
Said
going to
so
try
there
and
will be Mac in
balance
VR and Mac in Pico.
Mac in VR and Mac in Pico. I like that. That's good. I might actually do that. Mac in Pico. That makes me sound like a sort of archaeological find. Have you been to Mac in Pico? Oh yeah, it was really great. This is like platforms, right? 5,000 meters up in the sky. So at least I hope
Verified
that I've
Games.
kind of explained
Said patent
what's going
pending.
on. Patent pending, yeah. It's helped to clear. It's helped to. It's actually really helped me to clear the air.
Fitz
because I was
underscore UK.
very, very, very stressed
Said or
about.
Pico Mac. Wolverazer.
Oh.
Said makes it sound like a company that distributes urine, lol. Blue bottles. Said you walked the dog alert. LMAO, welcome back. Second hand Pico market is hotting up. Just saying, see no evil monkey, blue heart. Evil Kingus. Said alright, we are getting a bit too much into repeat country for me now. Congratulations on your new career, Mac. Time will tell if stuff can be balanced. I am cautiously optimistic. Cheers and good night.
Okay, good night, Evil Kingus. You always have that alternate opinion, which I do really appreciate. So basically, what the reason I keep repeating myself is
Blue
because
bottles.
people keep coming in and out
Said
of the
Mac, our
conversation.
turn. Let us have our say. LOL.
Okay, have your say.
Weeble.
You know,
Said Blue Bottles
have
is
your
now
say.
Nano 4-second community manager. Congrats.
oh, well done, Blue Bottle. Yeah, Nano Force. Yeah, I haven't played it yet. Still haven't played it. Crazy. Okay, so with the channel membership, I do apologize to people who aren't channel members, but I have to sort of look after them because they're my like loyal sort of team. So we will be getting game key giveaways every week, tech giveaways at the end of the month. I'll be doing Mac chats like this, but we'll be doing it private on the Discord channel. Only available if you're on the membership. I have to do this. I really apologize. I really have to do this just to make my channel members feel a little bit more special, because I have been ignoring them over the 6 weeks, and I do apologize. I really, really do apologize. I appreciate the memberships.
Said yeah.
I really, really
it's a
do
good game
appreciate it.
With lots of goo. Call the count
Nano
tangent.
Force, yeah.
Said repeat yourself till your heart's content.
I just have to, I have to repeat myself because people keep jumping in and out of the conversation. So, what else was I going to ask about?
Blue bottles. Said thank you
I
at
think
Weeble.
I've covered everything. Right, so, all right, okay. I'll do a quick poll. I'll do a quick poll, shall I?
Said VR community is pretty understanding.
Okay, here's a question for you. Should I do more of this? Should I do more of this? There you go. Because I know that Indy has been absolutely banging the PSVR 2 content out on his streaming channel, on his channel doing streaming. Fuck's sake, why does that keep turning on? Yeah. So, do you want more PSVR 2 stuff or less PSVR 2 stuff? Tell me.
Verified games. Said Mac in Sony.
Back in Sony. Now, if I could get a sponsorship off Sony, that would be a different game changer. I would become like they could bend me over and lube me up, and
Simon
I would take
B.
a PS5
Said
up
same
my
amount.
ass.
Balanced.
All right, so
UK.
yeah, Quest 2,
Said
Pico 4,
Mix and
PSVR
Max
2, PCVR.
Assassin 32 VR.
More
Said
drinking.
More drinking. Mark Alexander. Said it's VR in it. Verified games. Said without the lube even. Weeble.
Have you seen
Said
the
I
size
said
of
no
that
need to
thing?
have a
It's
fair spread of
massive.
headsets.
Oh my god. So how are we going with the poll? 53%. Okay, that's not too bad.
Verified games. Said you can take it.
Nah. I can't. Oh my god, this has gone completely off the rails. All right, guys. So I'm just going to open it up to you. Ask me anything you want. I'm going to end the stream in about 10 minutes. Just ask me any questions you want. I've had a few beers, so I will answer as honestly as I possibly can. If a lot of questions come in very, very quickly, I'll try and work my way through them, because what am I going to do with the channel? What am I going to do with the man cave? Do you prefer this as a presentation device? Do you want me to shave my armpits? I don't know. Do you want me to go to the gym a little bit more so I can get a bit more bicep going? There is a bicep there somewhere. I don't
Said
know.
what color panties do you have on, slut?
Blue. Blue, you big whore. They are
Mark
blue.
Alexander. Said are you a posterior or anterior guy? Fitz_UK. Said Lou at IndieVR.
What does posterior anterior mean?
Said LOL even.
Why did it get sexual? Why did it get sexual
Verified
so
games.
quickly?
Said Mac in spandex. At the gym. LOL.
You do not want to see me in spandex in the gym. It's like watching a 50-year-old guy with a little bit of a gut do squats. It's just not a good... And like a big hanging sack as well. It's just not a good look, dudes. It's just not a good look. Oh, my God. Why? I was expecting questions about virtual reality or video games or anything. Who plays DMZ? You know, who plays Halo on flat screen? Do you want more flat screen stuff? Do you want more VR stuff?
It's underscore UK.
You don't want to see me in
Indy's
spandex.
been playing too much hubris with his flexible twangler.
Oh, hubris.
Livid
Shit
VR.
game.
Said that escalated quickly.
It did.
Assassin 32 VR. Said the Dawn. Mark Alexander. Said TTS did not like my question.
Oh, dude, did you get banned?
Called account tangent. Said it's Commander or no.
Oh, no. When you get to a certain age, you need pants to stop the wee from showing up in your shorts. I'm just saying. As you get older, there's a little bit of leakage.
Blue Bottles. Said so what's happening with the podcast?
Oh, that is a great
Assassin
question,
32
Blue
VR.
Bottles. That is a great
Said
question.
the Hubris Dawn is legendary. Verified Games. Said TMILOL. Monkey Nuts. Said have you tried Hell Let Loose yet?
I haven't, Monkey. No, not yet. Right, so I'm going to go back to Blue Bottle's question. I don't know what's happening with the podcast at the
Fitz
moment.
underscore UK. Said that's hardcore monkey. Called account tangent. Said more Halo in VR. Play on a cinema screen I do LOL.
Okay, so the podcast, there's three of us. There's me, there's Indy, and there's Shuey. Shuey is on his own journey at the moment, and I'm not sure how he feels about doing the podcast. His priorities are different to us because he's very much invested in his family, and I think he needs to focus on that. So I don't want to... Me and Indy don't want to pressurize him into saying, you must do the podcast. If he wants to do the podcast, we'll do the podcast. If he doesn't want to do the podcast, then we'll work around it. He can come in when he wants. Obviously, he's a huge part of the Virtually Rec podcast. If he wants to do it, he'll do it. If he doesn't want to do it, then we'll work around it. You know, he's our friend. We love him. We just want him to... We just want the best for him. At the moment, he needs to provide for his family, and that is doing the Pico stuff. So the podcast is on hold at the moment. We will have a discussion about it quite soon, probably, now that the subject's been brought up. Me and Indy are still going to do the podcast, so we might invite a guest on if Shuey can't make it. Yeah, that's where it is at the moment. It's fluid.
Assassin 32
maybe
VR.
concentrate. Maybe might do
Said
it next
Shuey
week.
is rad.
Shuey's a dude. Shuey is the dude. If you...
Said as people and careers grow, it's important to be accepting of change and progress.
It is, and like Shuey's my brother, and he always will be. And
said invite some orbs to the podcast.
You know,
LOL,
he came to my house and I met
classy.
him and I've hugged him. He's a lovely, lovely man.
Cold account tangent.
He's
said
one of
until he
life's
returns.
great people, as is Indy, who we also did the podcast with. Not me. I'm just a bit of a git. I'm just a drunk twat in the corner, like going. Yeah. So that's where the podcast is at the moment. It's kind of up in the air because things change, and you know that's life. So me and Indy are still keen. We'll talk to Shuey. If he doesn't want to do it anymore, then that's fine. If he wants to drop in, drop out, that's fine.
Assassin 32
we'll
VR.
just work it out.
Said Shuey has a nice hat.
He's got
Blue
a great
bottles.
hat.
Said underscore Maxigar, cool. Do you need a stand-in? I am sure some of us can help Hashcoff.
Blue Bottles
Guests
is
are a cool
Blue
idea.
Bottles is hanging for a
Power
position
on
on the
is a good, cool
podcast.
family man. Blue Bottles. Said much love.
Okay, guys. So
Cold
I've
account tangent. Said sorry Indy is just a perv. Fitz underscore
He is.
UK.
Yeah.
Said under great beard smiley face.
Okay, guys. Right. So I'm going to end the Maccast here.
Blue Bottles.
The Mac chat.
Said only LMAO.
I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that cleared the air. It's made me feel a lot better. thank you for everybody
Blue
that
bottles.
participated.
Said nachos.
It's cathartic to air the problems that we have
Assassin
with other
32
people
VR.
who understand
Said nachos.
what we're going through. So we have talked about the channel, we've talked about the Pico, we've talked about the channel
UK.
membership, which I wanted to talk about.
Said
We talked about the
Maccast
podcast.
sounds good, nice ring to it.
Yeah, the
VR5
Maccast.
games.
That's
Said
great.
great chat. Great to clear things you owe.
So what we're going to
We
do
were always on your
is
side anyway, lol.
me, Indy, and Shuey will get together and talk about the podcast. If Shuey
Said
doesn't want to
latest.
do it
I
anymore,
hope to
then
join
that's
you for a
fine.
game sometime again.
Me and Indy will carry on and do it. We'll get guests in. If Shuey wants to be a guest, then that's fine. If he wants to be a permanent member, that's fine as well. So so the next big exciting thing is we're all going down to Pico HQ in August sometime.
Cold
Rob's
account
trying to
tangent.
organise this.
Said was fun, Mac rest recharge. See
So
you
we're
in
talking
Pico. We'll
about
check you
like
out.
the Pico streaming. We're talking about the future of Pico, how they're going to respond to the Quest 3. It's all really exciting. Like VR is so exciting at the moment. I'm so excited for Quest 3. I'm so excited for what Valve are going to do. I'm so excited for how Pico are going to respond to the Quest 3. I'm so excited for PSVR 2. We've got Vertigo 2 coming to PSVR 2 soon. Wow, that's going to be amazing.
Things moving faster as we go.
I'm going to sign off. I'm going to read through the chat before I leave because people are talking while I'm trying to say to you that I'm leaving. Hope you enjoyed this. This is the first of the Mac Chat AMAs. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping we'll maybe do one once a month. We'll do maybe a members one before, and we'll do like a public one once a month. This has been great. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. So thank you to everyone that's taken in part. I'm going to read the chat. When I sign off, I'll read the chat and I'll stay in the chat for about 5 minutes after I finish the stream. Cheers to the REKIN crew. Woo! You all rock!
Said turn off TTS. It more fur when cannot see chat lol.
Yeah, the TTS thing is really annoying. I'm going to sort that out for the next one.
Weeble.
Right, guys.
Said cheers, Mac. Later.
I'm going to go to the...
Said have a good night.
Studio.
Devil. Said
stream
cheers, Mac.
is ending.
In the VR.
Though it says stream
said
is starting.
Are you on Discord? Fitz_UK. Said nice stream, Mac. See you in DMZ soon, wrecked.
Ha!
Wildrazer. Said yup. In the VR. Said night.
Okay, right. The old man has managed to sort it out. So we're gonna go to the stream starting screen because I don't have a stream ending screen at the moment. But I'm gonna stay in the chat for about 5 minutes. So
Blue Heart.
See you, boys. I've really enjoyed this. Thank you very much for letting me clear the air around the channel and the Pico stuff. I've really appreciated it, man. It's been great. Thank you very much. you.